Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
I'm curious, what was the secret to making this reboot so successful?
Well, if there is a secret to it, I mean, it's just make sure the writing's good. If it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. That's one of the traditional values that we have. Always play up to the audience. That's just a sort of a cardinal rule, and it has to be about something. And Frasier was always about something, and mostly it's his love. And without his love, it would be nothing. He is in love with life. He is in love with a heightened experience of life. He wants everyone around him to experience it in the same way. He's always destined to fail, but because he's so contagiously optimistic about things, it's just fun to be in the room with him, you know, just to take the ride along with him and even enjoy the disappointment. I realized the audience was so into Frasier that they always knew what was going to happen. They knew it was going to be some calamity. What became the fun of that show, the previous one, was that they were just going to enjoy figuring out how we got there. That they had no idea how we were going to just completely destroy his life that day, but they knew they were going to see it, and the fun became in watching how we went about it.
You told Freddie to drop out of Harvard.
What was the biggest adjustment coming into this project and coming back to this character for you personally?
I was content to just have him sort of be done. Frasier was done. But after the Roseanne show kind of had a reboot, and it was still relevant and funny, and she was still really funny, it occurred to me that certainly Frasier being a contemporaneous show of that one, I think was always a really good show, maybe one of the better shows on television, arguably. So I thought maybe television audiences would want to see it again. So we set about it that time, almost 7 years ago now, of coming up with the circumstances in which a new Frasier could exist. I originally wanted it to be with the legacy cast. After several years of trying to sort of massage that into being, it became clear that David didn't want to do another show, and I took him at his word and finally said, okay, great. And we had to go rethink some things. And that's when Boston came up. Because it's as corny as it sounds, I actually had a dream and that night, and I realized, oh, Frasier hasn't finished in Boston. He didn't finish his story. He went to Boston thinking he was going to live a certain kind of life, and it didn't happen that way. He got short-circuited by a woman, a wretched woman, who broke his heart. And he still has that broken heart in a weird way, because she was his first great love, Diane. And so I wanted to get back to Boston to let him kind of rejuvenate the image and the dream he had of being there. And that's what we've done. And so now he's got a whole new life. And it's really kind of exciting.
What was it emotionally like for you? Because it sounds like there's an incredible amount of emotional investment in this character and where he's going.
Always. I've lived my life, my own personal life is sort of redolent with emotion. And so Frasier is that. I mean, Frasier reflects me in a lot of ways. People say, oh, you like the character. I'm not really. I mean, most of the people who know me from before I played Frasier would say I'm categorically not like him. However, my imagination is like Frasier's. And so, you know, he likes caviar and the finer things in life. And I've sort of chased that a little bit now myself as I've grown older. I appreciate the finer things in life a little more. But Frasier's heart is the thing that defined him, and I guess the thing that defines me is my heart.
What have you heard from audiences about this new season and how things are different?
Frasier's familiarity is actually a real bonus, I think, because people have gone without this kind of comedy for a while now. And there's a generation of people that have come up since. What's interesting about the lockdown that we all experienced, we kind of cultivated a whole new audience, a younger audience, which is interesting. There are some that still have no idea who I am, but every once in a while a 9-year-old will walk up and go, Mr. Grammer, it's my favorite show on television. And I think, well, God bless you, you wonderfully strange kid. You are the best thing that ever happened to me. And you can see that the love is genuine and real, and they're familiar with the show. And so, you know what, there's a lot of people that resonate still with this character and the stories we try to tell. The stories we try to tell have always been about things and emotions and life outside of the sort of the contemporaneous world.
How long long do you think that we get to keep Frasier Crane? Are you gonna make a lot more of these?
Well, it is up to other people, but if it were up to me completely, I'd probably do another couple of hundred.